guys, welcome to another episode of Minutes with M&M. I'm Missan, this is Mena, and we're happy to have you here. If you're new here, this channel is about TV. We just kind of break down different shows, talk about opinions, stuff like that, And if you're not new, then welcome back, you know the drill. I hope you missed us because we missed you. It's been a break. But we were standing in solidarity with the strike, okay? So, power to the people. As you can see by this title, we will be talking about the morning show. Season 3 just ended, and we have a lot of opinions. So, let's get right into it.
So, did you like it? Did you like the season? Let's start from there.
I loved it.
Okay.
It was very strong.
I enjoyed it. I think people liked it more than me. I didn't hate it, but people were like, oh my god, this is so great. But maybe because the gap between seasons has been so long. So I was just like, okay, we're back. But you guys will go on another 2-year break. So should I even get attached? But I had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. And I think the show did well, even though like Mitch's character is gone. I feel like it feels like it's moving forward, even though we've let go of some of the things from the past. So good job, writers.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of new characters this season, which we'll talk about a bit later. I feel like there were no additions that felt forced or shouldn't have been there. So
Yeah.
even people that are like, oh yeah, this person, I wasn't like, who is this? I've never seen before. I was happy with it. Is there anyone that wasn't here this season that you missed?
No. And I think it has to do with the fact that I don't know who wasn't here this season.
That's hilarious.
I can't remember.
That's fair. You know what? We won't even talk about people who aren't here anymore because they're irrelevant and they don't matter. Let's talk about the top 3 main characters of the show. Let's start with Bradley because I feel like there was a lot going on with Bradley this season.
Bradley is such an interesting character to me. That's the word I can use. Like, I really wish she didn't do what she did. I just don't. I understand her reasoning, but maybe I don't have like problematic like family members, so I don't know the emotions behind what she did. But bro, that's a felony. Like,
I don't even mind what she did. I can very much understand lying for your family. My issue is that she still went to release that footage because she wanted to like eat her cake and have it too. She could have seen her brother, kept it a secret, and gone home. But no,
she's a journalist.
No. She wanted to be popular. She wanted the evening news, and now she's crying that the FBI is knocking on her door. She should have picked, do I want to be on TV or do I want to save Hal? She tried to do both, and now everything is coming down crumbling. Side note, I think it's really ironic that Bradley is the only character we're seeing get like punished for the things that she's done. Like who knows, maybe we'll start season 4 and they'll be like, oh, thanks for coming to us at the FBI, you can go home. But it looks like she's actually gonna get in trouble. Like, Mitch got fired, but like he was living in a nice house in Italy, and then like nobody else has gone punished like that.
No one wanted to touch him.
Yeah, but he was so
and he was
rich.
Ostracized.
Bradley might go to jail.
Fair enough.
It just feels very funny to me that...
But she'll still be rich.
Yeah, when she gets out of jail, she can spend her money. But yeah, I like that she's owning up, I guess. I appreciate that one of the characters who tries to be moral is trying to be moral. If you haven't seen our previous video where we talk about the morning show, we were kind of talking about if people can be redeemed. Take a look at it. And we focused on the other characters because they're the ones who are kind of terrible. Bradley is relatively not that terrible. Honestly, I can't be mad at someone for trying to protect their brother, especially with the flashback of like she sent her dad to jail.
Yeah,
that's hard to do. And then her mom died. Like, he's all the family she has left.
That's true. And the family just didn't forgive her for holding her dad accountable. So I'm sure like she had many years to think about it and be like, is it really that serious? Like, where do my loyalties lie? How far would I go to, speak the truth or whatever, like when family's on the line. So
yeah, plus
it's fair.
Hal was actually doing better, and I can see why that would make her not want to tell the truth. Like, if you're finally putting yourself together.
You started to put yourself together after I caught you, so no.
No, but remember
what were you doing there? He was like, I was just there, some friends, we didn't know that we were going to the capital. Like, excuse me?
Outside of her family dynamic, we got to see her and Laura try to make it work again this season. I don't really understand. I feel like Bradley suffers from the worst writing for all the main characters because she's kind of inconsistent at times with what she's doing.
What do you mean?
Did she want to get back with Laura? But then she did, and she seemed like she was really, really into it. And then at the end of this season, obviously, spoiler alert, like she does the whole "I miss you" to Cory, and there's something deeper there, which there always has been. Which means Laura's not crazy for not really trusting you.
Not really. You literally treated me like a fucking thief or something. Like you sent me out of your house.
Yeah, you broke the rules. We like to do.
So I should beg you again?
Yeah, show me that you've changed. Earn my love.
Laura is a control freak, okay? Like, when she reached out to Hal, started talking about, I'm really trying to be with her, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know it's supposed to be sweet, but it's not.
No, you're right, it's controlling. Why are you telling my brother we can work if you just give her your blessing? You don't know me.
You don't even know. And she inserted herself into something that she didn't know or understand. And now she has the moral high ground to say, get out of my house, I don't know you, you're a stranger.
But it's true, I don't know you, you're a stranger. It's also like,
it's like, you need to understand that you being privy to that information would put you in trouble. Like, that's another angle. It's not like I was just like not going to lie, like going to keep lying to you for no reason.
That's true, but their whole dynamic is messed up just based on their backgrounds. Because every time Laura said something to Bradley about her family, I was agreeing with Laura. Like, your family are hicks with backward opinions, but you can't date someone and feel that way about the family that they care about. Like, you can't have it both ways.
I think you're allowed to feel how you feel, but the way you relay that information to your partner, you have to be sensitive to the way they feel about it or their situation. Like, because Bradley knew how Laura felt.
Yeah.
And I think what really sent her over the edge was just like, every single time something comes up, there's just a way in which Laura can't, like, and I know it's so hard. Like, that's the thing. It's like, how strongly do you feel about, like, if you feel so strongly, like you can't even stand being around people like that, then, like you said, don't date Bradley. But once you start dating, like, there has to be some sort of understanding that and grace that you give Bradley.
I don't know. I feel like Bradley also kind of has to give that grace, because Bradley is like, I'm progressive. I want to do the right things. I believe in abortion. I'm bisexual. I'm open to all these things. But then your family is the way they are. Like, you can't
change anyone's opinion, even if it's your family or their character. And like,
you can't change them, but you can see how for Laura it must be weird to be like, I have to pretend like if your family was anybody else, we wouldn't talk so much shit about them.
I disagree, because even Bradley talks shit about her family to Laura. Like, she comes sometimes to complain, like, I don't know why my mom does this, like, oh, why is Hal like this? So you can tell, like, there's a difference of opinion between, like, her and the rest of her family. But I think the judgments that Laura starts to pass after that, it's where she's now like, okay, why?
But it's just judgment, though, because sometimes Laura wouldn't even say anything. Like, Bradley says something and Laura's like, okay, and then Bradley's like, I know you think there's okay, but like, what do you want me to do?
You don't choose your family, unfortunately.
I'm screaming.
And it's either like, because Laura can't say, Bradley, it's me or your family.
But she did say, she just passively thought that your family was lesser than. And you in your hearts knew it. It was just, I feel like I was never really huge on their pairing. I know a lot of people love them as a couple, but I personally just, and it's not even, no, it's a lie. I was going to say I don't blame anyone. I blame Bradley. Like, she just had a lot of shit to deal with. I don't, like, in season 2 where she, like, throws a vase because they're, like, having a fight. And Laura's like, yeah, you're going to pay for that. That's just unhinged stuff you need to work through. Even this whole, you don't know if you're coming out. You're kind of coming out. It's in secret. You've been outed. Okay, we can date now. I don't want to deal with this stuff. Like, because now you're kind of secretly in love with your boss, and I'm reading your emails.
She does, because when Bradley went away and, like, kind of went about her business, she went to meet Hal to say, hey, like, I really want to know Bradley. I want us to have a chance. So it's like, come on, like, it takes two to tango.
It does take two to tango. Tango? You guys know what the right word is. But yeah, I think they were just not suited for each other at this time. Laura is very, like, Laura knows who she is, what she wants, exactly how she wants her life to be. And Bradley is still figuring stuff out. This is another thing. They cast Reese Witherspoon, so I guess Bradley's 40, but she acts like she's 30. Because, like, even being unable to admit certain things about herself, like, you want this job. You went back because you didn't want to be here and you want to do your job, but you want to act like I pushed you away. Like, let's be realistic about
Even
things.
people in their 60s can be in denial.
That's true.
The Lulu is the Lulu.
I'm
okay?
screaming. But yeah, and talking about Bradley's romantic relationships, you obviously then have to compare it to her situation with Cory, and I want you to share your thoughts first.
Cory is just, he's a romantic, okay? I just feel like I don't know what sort of jazz Bradley put on him since season 1, but he has been pining for her like for years.
Isn't that crazy?
He can't even, like, because he was dating this real estate lady, and I don't know, he just didn't feel,
it wasn't the spark.
It wasn't there, and it's like, come on, like, move on. Like, she heard you loud and clear when you said I love you, but she's like, cool, bro.
But you know what it is though? It's because everyone can see the truth except for Bradley. The same way Laura can see that Bradley feels something for Cory, is the same way Cory can feel like, we are more than friends. You might not be in love with me, but there is something here. So him too, he's like, maybe she'll just open her eyes and see that she loves me.
I'm in a separate relationship. Can you just see I'm trying to move on? People can have something like feelings for someone without wanting to act on them, like.
I get that, but I would also be frustrated if I was Cory, because whenever anything goes bad in Bradley's situation, it's Cory she comes to.
Okay, if Laura wasn't a judgmental bitch.
Wow, those are feelings you have.
I'm sorry to Bradley and Laura fans. I'm so sorry. But Laura really got to me this season. Like, did you see the look of disdain in her heart, in her eyes? You could see it. She was like, I can't even look at you. I'm like, bro, relax.
But you know what? You're actually right, because you found this out because you were reading my emails. Is that how you treat someone you love?
I'm sorry, you don't have a moral, like, high ground to stand on, to be honest. Like, because you were literally like invading my privacy, and I know, yes, I committed a crime. Okay, but first of all, she said, hey, I don't feel well, so I'm just going to and Bradley came and she's like, hey, I brought you soup, blah blah blah, and you're like, get out. Is that how to talk to, like, there's a way people can part like in a civilized way.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I find out that you were like helping some alt-right Republican to try and take over the country's presidency, I'm so sorry. You have to get out.
Okay, but wouldn't it just be like, hey, mister, we can't be friends anymore. Can you leave my house? As opposed to, I don't even know who you are. I don't know. I feel like it was a bit extra because.
Oh, definitely.
Why?
Yeah, it's because to her, she was betrayed by Bradley. Bradley, who got on national TV and said, I've had an abortion, who's always pushing back, outing Mitch Kessler. Oh,
I'm so sorry that nobody can be 100% perfect.
Ooh.
Like, no, because coming from the family that Bradley comes from, like, I don't know, like, even Laura herself, like, she can't deal with the fact that she's a control freak, she's insecure, like, she's snooping through, like, emails. No one's judging you for that. You're doing that in secret. Exactly. But, like, the moment something happens, like, I don't know, I just feel like she expects Bradley to do everything right, there's just no, like, room for error.
You're right.
Like that.
Because on the opposite end, Cory's like, it doesn't matter if you're a mess, I love you. And I don't think that that's good for Bradley either. Cory's just like, anything wrong you do, we will find out how to make it okay.
That's a team. That's a partner.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes Cory needs to, I just don't, you know what, maybe it's because I don't know why he loves her so much. And maybe it's also because it's not reciprocated to the same level. Yeah. I think if Bradley was ride or die for Cory, I'd be like, yes, you're right, this is a team. They're ready to go down to hell for each other.
Okay, Cory doesn't talk to anyone. He doesn't open up to people. He might be going through something. The company might be falling apart, and he's there just like cackling to everyone like a clown. I'm so sorry. I'm not a mind reader, okay? If you're in trouble, like, I come to specifically tell you, hey, this is my issue. You can do the same, and then Bradley should decide if she wants to be right or die.
Because Bradley did try and comfort him when they met his mom. He was like, I'm your friend.
He's like, no, like, just turn on the music, blah, blah, blah.
Sometimes the demons are strong. But that being said, I think Bradley. Also, side note, like, this whole season was kind of weird with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. I feel like they both kept having episodes that they weren't in. Like, one would be in one and one was in the other. Apple is a budget? I don't know. But Bradley had a lot of growth this season, and other than, like, lying for January 6th, things were pretty good with her. And so she decided that she wanted to take down her boss, but that's fine. That's okay. Yeah. We'll get into that. But overall, Good season for Bradley. She ended up in jail and her girlfriend broke up with her. But
she's not in jail yet.
Oh, sorry.
She's in the FBI building, okay?
I do appreciate her coming to the... were you shocked when she was having the investigation and she said, she didn't know she could be loved by someone or she could be with someone who saw all of her and accepted her? I was like, oh, I said, so you kind of like her?
She does, and she's very aware. Like, I feel like people think Bradley doesn't know about herself or her feelings. She knows. She just doesn't like when she's judged for it. Like, it's fine. Also, please, can we talk about how, because he came and said, hey, I want to turn myself in. How dare you? You should have turned yourself in the day after you did the thing, okay?
Yeah. I hate people like this so much, talking about, I don't want my daughter to... So when you now go to jail, I'll not be the one supporting your wife and your daughter as per your sibling. Well, no, I'll be in jail with you because I've already covered it up for you. I don't like that he's married and a dad now, and I'm supposed to think, even when I was using him as a defense 10 seconds ago, that he's grown. I don't care. Go away, Hal. I don't enjoy him.
And it doesn't help that Perfect Penny is his wife.
Okay, excuse me. She's a phenomenal actress, but she had no screen time this season, so there's nothing to even feel towards her. She was literally just there to be
She killed Derek! Side note.
But yeah, Hal was much less destructive this season outside of the January 6th thing. So.
What do you mean?
Remember
he caused everything?
No, look. I blame Bradley for choosing to put the footage out there. And last time he was screaming at her in front of all her co-workers. Like, there was nothing she could have done to avoid that embarrassment.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck to Bradley. Let's see if you're in jail next season. Let's dive right into our good sis Jennifer Aniston's character. What's wrong with Alex? You know what?
That should be the name of this episode. What's wrong with Alex?
No, but I understood her attraction to Paul Marks.
No.
Because I too would have fallen. Maybe he's a good billionaire. How will we know if we don't give him a chance?
She said, let's talk about human rights. We'll talk about women's rights. Don't ask me questions.
I dislike so much when Alex comes across as an idiot or someone who thinks the rest of us are idiots. Of course, dating your boss who's buying your company is going to be a conversation. Like, she was just like, we're not the news. Why is everyone...
I think she's just an idiot and we need to just accept her. She doesn't have sense.
I was so confused. Why are you behaving like this? Anyway, if I was her, I would have quit my job to hang out with my billionaire boyfriend who wants to buy me a business. But that's fine. She did the right thing at the end.
And I would judge you just as harshly.
I'm okay. I will dry my tears with the money he gives me.
Oh my God. Please, darling.
No, but she did the right thing at the end of the season. She turned down love and power for the people. Okay, so I want to talk about this acquisition situation. So they were losing money. They were going to be bought out or whatever. Or rather, they were going to fail if they didn't get an influx of cash. They kind of got a loan, but then Cory just was happy to go with Paul Marks instead. Paul Marks was going to purchase them. They find out that Paul is going to sell them off for parts. And everyone is distraught. And all I can think is like, if a really rich guy buys you, he's going to use you however he wants to use you. Like, they kept being like, you're morally bad. You're taking down the fourth estate. You're getting rid of the media. Okay, yeah, a billionaire who's going to buy the news is going to do what he wants with it. I just didn't understand how that was worse than merging with another company where you both have to fire 50% of your staff anyway to make it one business. So either way, the same number of people are losing their jobs. I just didn't see how it was a win, except for, we've taken down Paul Marks.
I think they would try to keep on as many people.
Yeah, but that's like UPN. So that's the side we're seeing. The other side, they're also trying to keep all their people. Like, both companies are like, we don't want to lose our people. Well, people are going to get lost.
Yeah, but at least they would try. Paul was like, I am gutting you and like squeezing you for cash. I don't care who goes. And then we'll build another company from the ground up.
Maybe I'm a capitalist and I secretly understand. To me, that wasn't even noteworthy of conversation, which is why all the shareholders didn't care until it became public shame. I feel like what they should have focused on is his rockets that could have killed people that he was lying about. Like, that was like a much more like bad villain thing he was doing. But that was just kind of like, you're lying about your information to NASA, but you want to sell the company? Maybe I don't know.
Like, Bradley got on that rocket. Cory got on that rocket.
It's like people could have died. And they're just like, well, just go tell Nessa the truth and figure out what you're doing.
I don't care if you lie to the FBI for me. I'm not getting on a spaceship. Because I remember at that point where Cory was like, oh, please, you owe me, do this for me. And I was just wondering, like, what does he know? And she's like, okay, I'll go. I don't care if you're a billionaire. See, I know billionaires are stupid. It's not, it doesn't take, like, you're not genius. See, he's out here stealing code, stealing ideas. They're all silly. And it's not because your name is on it, I should go on the rocket into space. No, thank you very much.
I might even into space, like, if you see the rockets on the ground, it's okay.
Yeah, it's just to be, like, waving from the window of the rocket. That's fine, but, like, bro, I'm sorry, no.
Oh, no, I would never have gone into that. Like, you're going into space?
Did you see how it separated? It was like, and then that small thinking, I was like, what?
You
the
could
engine
die.
just like,
Anyway, point being, the way they went around Paul Mark's character is just so interesting to me. Because again, they tried really hard to villainize him, but it's not like he woke up and said, I want to buy the news. Cory followed him for 3 years trying to convince him to buy the news. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to buy the news. I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't know. He wasn't that bad to me. And if they bring him back and redeem him so he can date Alex, I support it.
Whatever. Like, Alex, we need to circle back to her because that's all it took. What did he say in the interview?
He was funny and he's cute and he has money.
No, what did he say? Because, like,
he said he felt bad and he would be better.
No, remember when Chip was editing the video and Cory was like, oh, you want to leave that in? okay, just zoom in so we can see Alex get the boner. Like, what the heck?
Can we talk about Chip for a second because you just said his name? Because Alex, we'll come back to her. But Chip, I'm glad that Alex fired Chip. I think it was the right call. I think his weird obsession with her has gone far too far. She has forgiven him on way too many counts. And the fact that he was dating her assistant and her assistant had to sit there crying, realizing she's dating a man in love with their shared boss, so we have to go to work tomorrow together to the same person, was just, he took no responsibility for his actions because he was even blaming her for his relationship falling apart. I didn't tell you to love me. So I'm glad he got fired. And I still don't think he's over her. I think next season he's going to be weirdly still in love with her.
Not. You know all the vim he used in his broadcast? It was because Alex fired him and he was going to miss her. He didn't care about the workers. Let me tell you, he didn't care about the workers.
I'm just...
Maybe 15% that. And then, 85%, I'm going to miss Alex and I'm upset that she fired me. This guy asked the assistant to marry him on the way home from...
Because he was upset about Alex being into Mark. He was going to marry someone else. And you know what? I don't even feel bad for the assistant, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Why would you date Chip? Anyone who has 2 eyes can see Chip is in love with Alex.
He could be passionate about his work.
It's just... Yeah, I think Alex made the right call, especially like with the interview that led to him being fired, where he didn't look out for her as much as he would have because he was pissed about Paul. It's like, you can't even do your job anymore. The love has no, you can go. But circling back to Alex, I think everyone was really mad at her and kept blaming her relationship with Paul for things that I don't think needed to blame. Like, it's just Alex. Dating Paul or not, she would have made a selfish decision. It's like, oh, you're dating Paul Marks, so you don't care about us. No. She's dating Paul Marks and she doesn't care about you. These are 2 separate things that happen concurrently. But it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I just don't see enough good in her.
She really fell in love with him. Like, she really fell for this guy. She's like, wow, breakfast in bed. Let's order in. Okay, sleep, put your head on my lap. I'm gonna, like, ask you how your day was. And I was like, geez.
I mean, the last guy she was in love with was Mitch. I, too, would fall in love with Paul Marks. Let's wash away the past with your wealth and comfort. And
I liked their relationship. It was really cute. Relationship with money is sweet.
It's sweet. It's giving soft life, and I see it.
Like, he's just around the world. You don't know if he's in a spaceship. You don't know if he's on Earth. He'll contact you.
I'm screaming.
Wow.
No, I loved it, and Alex did the right thing at the end of the season. So again, showing character growth. She did not do the selfish thing. She looked out for other people. So that was nice of her, I guess. Anyway.
I felt bad for her at the end, right?
I did. I was just like, so you can't just forgive him?
Can't you just date someone else? Like,
who? Now that if you
date, just go on the apps.
Now that you've dated a billionaire, I now have to date these musty men that won't buy me flowers. No.
I'm sure she can find a nice guy who can buy her flowers. Okay, like Alex, please do better. Like I struggle with her character so much because like when Cory came into her office to say like, hey, like, are you aware of what's gonna happen? And she said like spewing this shit of like, you never gave me control, blah blah blah. And I'm like, so this is really you coming out, fantastic.
Mine is also like, I'm so sorry, but why do you think you deserve control? It's giving when actors on TV shows are suddenly an executive producer. What acting skills give you production skills? You are a newscaster. Why should you be making decisions on how we run this business?
Yeah, and I feel like her friendship with Bradley, I think she's close to Bradley because she wants to be like Bradley. Like she wants to be so passionate about this like abortion story in Texas. Like, but she's not. Like she doesn't find those stories. She's not close to the ground. Like she's just like.
I mean, that time has passed for her. Like she's like a decade older than Bradley. She used to have Vim, but like now she's just trying to be comfy in her house.
Did she?
Yes, I remember in
She never
season
had
1.
Vim. I don't think so.
I don't know. I think
Because it was when Bradley came in that they did the whole let's do feminism and expose Mitch.
It's because she's grown comfortable by then. I'm not working hard to earn my name anymore. I'm Alex Levy. I can do anything I want. That being said, let's see where she goes next season because now they've given her the seat at the table. So is she gonna do a good job running the merger? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Cory is my favorite. I don't know what that means on a show where the two leads are women that I've chosen to favor a man. But there's just I don't know if it's the actor. No shade to Jennifer or Reese. I don't know. He gives depth. And also, I support most of his motivations.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it. Because sometimes Alex and Bradley do something like, oh my God, please don't do that. But with Cory, I'm like, yeah, I want you to succeed. I want you to get away with this plan that you're planning. So, yeah, when he was trying to get Paul Marks, I was on his side. When he was trying to get rid of Paul Marks, I was on his side. If he's in love with Bradley, maybe that's what's best for both of them.
Yeah, like when Bradley said, I'll miss you, and like, he had tears in his eyes. I was like, oh, so you can feel there's something inside there, Mr. Clown.
I also get that, it wasn't great for him to out her. That was like super, super, super fucked up. But Bradley has forgiven him, so who are we to not also forgive him? Like, she was like...
That was really bad.
No, that was so bad.
That level of jealousy is like...
It was just shocking to me that Bradley really just forgave him. Because when he was like, oh, I've done terrible things, some of them to you. And she was like, yeah, no, but I understand. I said, oh!
She likes him. Because, she comes from a toxic family, okay? That's what's attractive about him to her.
I think Cory is very magnetic, and I buy his character as one that all the other characters are like, oh my God, we shouldn't trust Cory. He's so power-driven, but they're also like working with him and trying to do what he wants to get done. Because I was about to call her his assistant.
Stella?
Yes, Stella, who is not his assistant. Like her telling him the truth and her saying, oh, they're going to replace you with me. And then even though she wanted the power, she still was like, I'm going to work with Cory. Because she could have worked with Paul, gone into power, and then like, oh, by the way, he's terrible, and had all that power to herself. Yeah. So there's just something about Cory. I think the only person that doesn't feel it is Alex. You know when they were having that argument, the one you were talking about, and then he left and she was like, close the door, and then he like opens it. It's so childish.
Pew, pew. Oh my God. So with Stella, I am still confused about her relationship with Paul, because the way she was acting throughout the entire period, I thought he did something to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like some sort of like assault situation.
Yeah.
Oh, same. But I think it was two things. They were trying to make us think that because, the whole premise of the show when it began was people in power, assaulting people. But also it's because to us plebs, maybe to you it's deep. He stole my code and didn't pay me that much. It's just not that bad to me. Like, it's terrible, but I'm also like, nah. So I feel like they have to give it more of a sinister undertone to us, the audience, who were like,
yeah,
this is really, really bad.
Because it sounded like it happened a while ago.
Yeah. And she was a student at the time. It's just...
Maybe did he groom her? Like, I need more. He
basically just stole money from her, basically. Like, he should have either compensated her more or like put her name on the patent or whatever, and he didn't.
So it was her code he stole, not the other, not
No,
her
no,
friend.
no, it was her code. The friend situation was that she knew stuff that was going on and was trying to tell him to, hey, we're gonna kill people, and he was like, you're fired. So,
To be honest, side note, I never really understand when someone says they stole my code. I just like, I always imagine like they put something in a briefcase and like they run away with it. Like, I never really get that because the process of engineering is like very collaborative.
engineer.
So like, I guess most of these companies always have that one person working on the entire product by themselves, and they're the only ones who have access to the internet or knowledge or proprietary like language. No, I don't know, but that's just me. Anyways, back to the regular programming.
No, yeah, so honestly, that's what he stole her code and then he felt bad about it. I mean, I think we were supposed to take away the fact that Stella felt so bad about it that she wanted to die, which I guess, but again, he didn't know that was how you were going to take it.
Yeah. Or maybe he did and it was all an act because he's actually evil.
I don't know.
And then her friend, she disappears and then she shows up at the end to say all this information that she has. How did that happen?
I guess they I don't know, maybe Laura reached out to her and she picked up her calls. I don't know. All I know is that the most interesting thing that happened with Stella, which I thought, fingers crossed they're going to address this in season 4, but her making the waitress lick the drink to get the loan that they then did not use. I thought that was going to come up in the sense that, see, even women of color can be abusive and all of leadership is like, I thought that's where, like, I was so excited for, like, because we know that Stella didn't want to be in that situation. She was desperate. Like, she wishes she didn't have to do it. But if you take a picture of that situation and put it in the news, Stella is fully canceled. So I thought that was going to come up. I'm actually hoping it comes up in season 4 because that was way more interesting to me than when you were in college, they stole my code. I'm sorry, I don't care. Maybe it's me.
So, Mia and her war dude, what's up with that?
Did you see how my energy just dropped? I don't care.
Mia, girl, stand up. Stand up.
I didn't even get, like, were we supposed to care? Like, does she love him? Is this a relationship?
Like, okay, I was getting interested when it seemed as if his life was in danger.
Yeah.
She couldn't reach him. And then when she did find him, it just went like this.
Yeah, if he had died and she had to deal with the guilt of putting her job over her relationship.
Why do you like trauma?
Lose a leg. If he lost the leg, I would have been interested in that. But like, oh, we got into a fight because we have different personalities.
I don't even know how they met.
I don't even care. Like, what about him was attractive to her? You mean the guy who went out to the bar during COVID and almost got you sick? Now you're sleeping in the office instead of at your house? No, I didn't care about that. Mia, honestly, she wasn't. The fact that you said her name is amazing to me because she wasn't even a character to me this season.
Yeah. Chris.
I loved Chris's addition to the show.
That interview alone that she had with Sybil was one of my favorite scenes ever. I was about to say something, but you know what? This is a YouTube channel. We're gonna be friendly. But I enjoyed it. I
feel like Chris is a bomb that's gonna go off, and also I wouldn't be surprised if next season we find out that her and Yanko are about to start an affair because this is that friend close thing they're doing is stressing me and her husband out.
Yanko that said race is fiction or something.
Every season Yanko's gonna say something crazy, but Chris. I want to see a polished version of Chris. One where she kind of understands what her job is and how she has to portray herself. And you can't just write stuff on the mirror and put it... Like, there's nothing funnier to me than when in fictional universes, people say things that are wildly controversial, put their lives in danger, and are surprised that people are like, here's a bodyguard. What else was going to happen? But I want to see more about her and her husband. Like, I'm interested in more of her character. I don't know if we're going to get more because, you never know. But I also love the actress. She is so talented. I know she's going to be an amazing addition wherever she goes.
Well, I think that's it.
I like seeing Mindy Kaling.
Ooh, you know what? I love seeing her. And like, I think she plays the same character every time she does like a cameo in one of these shows.
She's just like a mean, gossipy girl. And she's literally Kelly from The Office. And it's because she was just like, you have to read her emails. Like, and when she said it, I believe that she meant it.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm just looking out for you, girl. Like,
No, overall, it was definitely a fun season. It was pretty short. Also, the writer's strike's been happening. There's nothing else on television, so this is a great time to have already filmed your content and be releasing it to the masses. I mean, this was good. We have 2 years till season 4. Is there anything you want to see in season 4 that you hope to see?
Not necessarily. I don't like crave anything. The story can go anywhere and I'll be fine with it. As long as it's well written, it's fine.
I agree. This felt kind of like a show ender, so the fact that there's another season was actually surprising to me. So whatever they choose to do, I support. I hope, people get happy endings at the ending, but the way this show's set up, I don't really see that happening.
Anyways, those are our thoughts. Let us know what you think in the comments. Please make sure to like. It really helps our channel. Subscribe if you like our channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.